Hi, everybody. Bruce Schutter here with the Mental Health Warrior Program podcast, No Surrender. Thanks for joining me today. And today I want to talk about and bring you another warrior weapon you can use today. And that is mindset rule number 8. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about how to use it, what it can do for you. But first, let's just go over really quick so we all remember mindset rules, what they are, and how a mental health warrior uses them. But first, thanks for joining me today, and let's get excited because we're going to walk away from this episode with another tool that you can use to ally with your emotions, to triumph over your challenges, all part of being a mental health warrior in the Mental Health Warrior Program, where, again, let's always call out, we don't surrender to any of life's challenges, our mental health challenges. We will triumph as warriors. So let's jump into this today with mindset rule number 8. Now, mindset rules are a warrior weapon. I created them as a weapon that you can use each and every day to stay out of trouble, always good, to get out of trouble if we get stuck in a situation, and to also support personal growth. So that sounds like a lot of power in mindset rules, and they are a powerful warrior tool or weapon, as I like to call them. Now, mindset rule number 8 states, judge your success by your plan, not others. And I'm just looking down at my book because I wanted to make sure I got that right. Again, it's an important mindset rule that we can use, one, to stay out of trouble. It's important as we work, and myself included, as I started this journey of trying to learn how to triumph over my mental health challenges, which are bipolar disorder, anxiety disorder, alcoholism, PTSD from my time as an emergency medical technician on a local rescue squad. Those 4 challenges, they presented quite the obstacle. And I had to first figure out how I was going to forge a path forward. And then, of course, wanting to triumph over them each and every day with the goal of not letting my challenges control the direction of my life. Because that's what happened for 20 some years. Those challenges, they controlled me, they limited my life, and they got me to a point in such a dark place that I tried to end it all because I did not see a path forward. I felt powerless. And again, when I got a second chance, I realized and found that mental health has all of that power, one, to take us down, but more importantly, it has the power to bring us into life where we can live life each and every day. And that all comes from becoming a mental health warrior. Now, like any good warrior, we're going to go into the day and have those challenges, just like me, facing 4 difficult challenges. We better be prepared. Not only do we have other components to help us build that strength, but we have 2 sets of warrior weapons. One of them being mindset rules, which I talked about. We're going to focus on just one of them today. Number 8. Now, I say just one of them. I want to call to your attention. There are actually 53 of them, and they're all in another book called The 53 Mindset Rules of a Mental Health Warrior. I bring that up just to show you how powerful they are, and that there is an entire library of them. Because as a warrior, myself included, we're going to face these challenges. In my case, these challenges aren't going away because these mental health disorders or challenges, those are lifelong things I will be working on. Does not mean I can't triumph over them each day, but it means I want to be prepared. And that's why I created 53 of these mindset rules for myself and for you, so we can triumph each and every day. Now, let's go from the high level down to the daily. How can we use mindset rule number 8, which, if we recall, said, judge your success by your plan, not others. Now, that is really important because when we go to undertake working on learning to manage our emotions, ally with them, becomes friends with your emotions, and we work on triumphing over mental health challenges, life challenges, well, we're going to get a lot of advice. And there's a lot of advice out there. All good intention mostly. But the key part is it's important that we remember and build our own plan. Because each one of us are in a different situation, a unique situation. Now, we all share some common ground. We may all struggle. I can certainly relate to other people struggling with bipolar disorder. But everybody's situation is unique. So everybody has a plan for one, how fast they're going to move in working their path or their course of learning to manage their emotions or that challenge. And also, they're going to have their own plan and time for what works in their life, meaning what tools, what weapons, what things as a warrior, because there's lots of possibilities, what things will work for them. Now, I bring that up because, again, I'm going to circle back real quick and just remind you, the Mental Health Warrior Program is a self-help approach. Now, that feeds in perfectly to mindset rule number 8, because we are going to build the tools to gain self-empowerment. We're going to learn how to manage our personal challenges, whether they be mental health, life challenges, all bringing emotions into our lives, which we have to learn to manage in order to triumph over them and to move forward each day. Now, what's really important is in this process, we're also going to be creating a plan, but it's really important that we structure and follow our plan. And it's so easy. I got caught up into when you start taking care of your challenges. I started working on these things. I first started working on the key one was to stop drinking and hiding from my emotions, because that's really what I was trying to do with alcohol, was trying to hide from my anxiety, hide from the depression of bipolar, hide from everything in life. Now, I could also start that and start to build some time under my belt and some sobriety and handling things in life. But you got to be careful. In this case, it's very easy to turn the tide and say, well, I only have 2 days. I guess I'm getting nowhere. Maybe I only have a week into this program, or my plan, I should say. And I could easily look at other people. Oh, well, they have 10 years. I guess I'm failing. You can see the importance there. It jumps right out at us. It's important that we follow our plan. And let's remember the first part of this quote, or the first part of this mindset rule. Judge your success by your plan, not others. Because that is the other piece of it. So I build my plan, and then it's important to see your success based on your plan. Because that will show me. It showed me, wow, I may only have 2 or 3 days under my belt in handling not drinking. Or I have 2 or 3 days where depression tried to creep in from my bipolar disorder. And again, I managed it, did not let it overwhelm me, didn't fall into the old trap of short-term solutions. It is very important at this point to start judging your success, meaning giving yourself credit based on your plan. Because I could look at that and say, oh my God, I have done this for 3 days, 2 days. And that is a huge achievement, especially when we start our journey. And then when you have a week or 2 weeks where you're handling things, again, huge achievement when I balance it on my life and saying, yes, for years you let this go. And now you've got 7 days under your belt. Again, mindset rule number 8 is very powerful in preventing us from getting into trouble. That's that first part. Use mindset rules to stay out of trouble. And this reminds us how we judge success. Our plan by our progress. Now we can still take in other information, still learn from others, still use the Mental Health Warrior Program, but you get to decide the pace and how much effort you put into it, and then get rewarded by celebrating those successes. And that's really, really exciting, because now the next part you can use Mindset Rule 8 for comes around. The second part is if you get stuck in trouble. Now, that trouble that this rule could help us with, again, remember, judge your success by your plan, not others. It is very easy to get overwhelmed these days with the amount of information on the internet, on our phones, on every device we turn to. It is amazing to easily get overwhelmed and start to look at other people's successes or other people's journeys and then think you are failing or not making enough progress. And I fall prey to this a lot too, because even as I'm going along, we are inundated with information in a 24/7 society. And there are times where you will see information where you least expect it. Let's be honest. Sometimes it's funny. You can be in a store in a checkout line, and there's a TV screen right there, and you're being inundated with ads or news, or you go to fill your gas. I've even had to watch several videos as I'm trying to figure out how to use the gas pump and cash in my points at the gas station, but I'm watching videos and being inundated with stories, maybe a story of success. And again, I could easily turn that around and let it go in my head and say, Bruce, you're not getting anywhere, or you haven't gotten far enough. But I grab my secret weapon, Mindset Rule 8, and I remind myself to judge myself by my plan. And that sets me straight. It gets me out of that trouble. Because again, what has happened in the past, and it is not a pretty sight, my head starts spiraling, the thinking starts spinning, and with no stop, that gives it power. Whether it be anxiety or depression, it pulls us down into its grips. And no longer though, because now I stop it. I found a way to stop it. And I use this mindset rule to stop that thinking, that spiraling or that negative thinking. And that simple reminder of this truth that when I judge success, don't look at what everybody else is doing. Look at your plan. And that can get you out of trouble because we don't want to let things go. We don't want to give up that power. And it will happen because, again, don't feel bad if you get caught up in the initial, oh my, look at how great all these other people or things are doing. Just don't let it take over, especially when you're in the beginning of your journey or if you're at a point where you're struggling. Maybe you've had some really bad days. Grab this mindset rule number 8. And remember, take a hard look at where you're at. And you will find you are making and building success. Because I'm sure you have taken actions that day, even grabbing that mindset rule shows you are not using the old behavior of the past. You are moving forward as a mental health warrior, and you are taking action on your mental health or taking charge of your mental health, however you want to look at it. But that is a very, very positive thing, and that will build your path to triumph. So this is really, really exciting because now we found 2 ways we can use this rule to stay out of trouble. We can use mindset rules, and particularly mindset rule 8, to rescue us from trouble when our head starts spinning around and all that. But I also mentioned the third piece you can use mindset rules, and that is personal growth. Now, this is what's really neat, because as warriors, we are going to regain control. We're going to take back that control from life's challenges. Today, I still have bipolar. I still have anxiety disorders, but I am in control. That builds the life I want because I get to set the direction for the day. My choices throughout the day are built upon me making choices, not my anxiety or my depression or bipolar, and certainly not going back to old-term solutions or short-term solutions of drinking and trying to hide from my emotions. So with that in mind, we grab mindset rule number 8, which says, judge your success by your plan and not others. And we apply that for personal growth because I want you to look at the fact that in the past, probably like me, you didn't even have a plan. You were just inundated with emotions or mental health challenges. Today we have a plan. We should celebrate that. You should celebrate it. I celebrate it. I need to remind myself to celebrate it. Hence, mindset rule number 8. Personal growth comes from seeing and building our new path forward. And much like we were saying, celebrating each and every step and reminding ourselves when we build a plan and we achieve each one of those steps as we're moving forward. I don't care if they're not fast enough for other people. I don't care if they're too slow for other people. If they're right for you and they're right for your life, as you're gathering warrior tools, as you're learning to handle emotions, remember, you get to build the plan and you got to judge success. The word success is based on your plan. And that's really important. So I hope you can see today we are really powerful with just one of these 53 mindset rules. And in this case, it's mindset rule 8, which I'm sure you're tired of me saying over and over again, but I'm going to repeat it because that space up in our heads, especially with emotions, it's a tricky place. But as mental health warriors, we are going to stay in control. And with Mindset Rule 8, we're going to judge our success by our plan, not others, not what you see on TV, not what you're inundated with. Remember, give yourself credit, build your plan, stay out of trouble, get yourself out of trouble, and even build personal growth and become and take your life where you want to be, become that person you want to be, but take your life there too, which you can do as a mental health warrior. And all that from one mindset rule. That's why I was so excited just to grab this one today, because I felt it was very important, especially because today is so busy and full of information. And I just want to remind you, amidst all that information, make sure you keep looking inside yourself. That's the direction you set, and that's the direction where you're going to triumph over your challenges. Now, as you keep growing on your mental health warrior path and checking out the program, make sure you go to bruceschutter.com for more resources. You will see lots of information there about what we have in the program. I'm going to start you out with, don't forget, there's a sign up for a newsletter and a free ebook that comes with that. Mental Health Warrior Essentials will give you an outline, including 10 mindset rules to get you started. Because 10 of them, that's a lot of power. And it's a great way to get started. Plus, you will see other things in that book, other tools you can use. That is a fantastic starting place. But also on the site, you will see the other 9 books we have to keep you going, to help you take charge, triumph, all with a self-help approach of your mental health. And you'll find things like the Mental Health Warrior Challenge Coin, a way to bring the program with you and your strength each and every day. So when we're in challenging times, we have a tangible reminder that can help us, again, prevent problems and get out of them. All fantastic warrior tools. Along with things like this podcast, there are other episodes and other neat tools and solutions for you to check out. So can't wait to see you there. Remember, it's bruceschutter.com. It's SCHUTTER. Or you can type in Mental Health Warrior Program to a search engine. It'll lead you there. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm excited to share more with you next time, but we're going to sign out for today. Remember, you have the power to change your life because you are a mental health warrior. Talk with you more later. Bye.